o'clock. I guess we can get started here. Hope everybody saw the link sent out that we're not going to have Kathy Davis with us today. So she's taking a extended holiday, I guess, with holiday weekends on coming up here, spending some time with her family probably.
Yeah, she'll be here next Friday. So
yeah, she's agreed to come on next Friday. Be the
yeah, she needed a roof too. She's got a flat roof that needed attention, so I just gave her Melissa's phone number. In the meantime, I said, just call her, let her, see what she'll at least know somebody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Lloyd Allen, or John Lee already introduced himself, I guess, before I got on. With St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association. It is September the 2nd and 11 o'clock on Fridays. Here for our regular networking sessions, haves and wants. Sometimes John like to call it haves and have-nots, or buy sell here. Looking for anything real estate related. If you're an investor or want to be an investor, looking for a property. A couple weeks ago, we had one of our longtime members that was looking to unload a couple. I'm hoping if you're looking for something, you got a hold of him. I talked with him last weekend. Actually, I was out and about. I said, let me take a drive by. He said one of those houses was on a corner lot. I'm talking about Paul. He said one was on a corner lot, and I said, hey, I'm looking for a big enough corner lot. Maybe I can build my RV garage on the back corner and have a separate entrance. That's kind of one of the ideal locations I've been looking for, is having a small house on a large lot on the corner where I could, not have to be blocked by, have my tenant get their cars out of the driveway so I can get to my RV, have a separate driveway for it. But it was kind of a small lot, but hey, a great neighborhood in Winchester, right? And I had a Baldwin address, but it was actually in Winchester. So nice neighborhood. It was an older neighborhood, just two bedroom houses, 1 bath. So good rentals though for a good school district. I'm sure he's had long-term tenants there, so I imagine in a good school district, yeah, you're going to get long-term tenants with children. I had that experience here in St. Charles. A guy moved into one of my rentals, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with when his daughter was starting kindergarten, and he left when she graduated from college. It was walking distance to the elementary school, and they loved it and loved the neighborhood. But when she graduated from school, they didn't need a big house, and he downsized. So, but it worked out great for me. I had a good tenant that was there for 10 years or 12 years. 12 years, I guess, going through K through 12. But anyway, other opportunities. Anybody else got anything want to talk about today? I will mention that our next meeting's coming up, our live in-person on-location meeting on the 20th of September. And we're going to have a panel discussion with our number of our board members as panelists. And I see one of our board members has her hand up. Amber, what do you got? You got a comment for us?
Oh, yes, I do have a property to sell. It is let's see. So it is completely gutted in the inside. Prior to it being gutted, it was a 1-bedroom, but I was going to rehab it into a 2-bedroom. So there is space for a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It is in the 63115 area code. I am interested in letting it go. So if you would like to look into some pictures, I have pictures of it. But yeah, I have one ready to go.
Okay, you want to put your contact information in the chat, or just give it out for you?
Yep, I will do both. If you want to reach me, my email address is agray, GRAY, property LLC@gmail.com. And I'll put that in the email as well.
Price, or do you have a price range on that, Amber?
I do. So I'm looking for 20,000 on that one.
Okay. Okay, and it's gutted. It was a 1-bedroom and potential 2-bedroom, or or whatever, I guess, whatever you decide to do with it. Is that?
Exactly. So it is
Okay.
loads of potential ready to, for a rehabber to get in there. I would think it'd be a quick update. But yeah, good opportunity for the right person.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. Okay, Sam, we're just getting us off to a good start here today. And a property, somebody's looking for a project. Sounds like a project.
Jean and I are trying to, we're co-wholesaling 4 duplexes in North City. I believe the streets are Greer, Moffett, Ashland, and St. Louis Avenue. All but one are generating very good rents. We can give you details about that. As I said, we don't have a great deal of information. We didn't have any direct contact with the sellers because we're co-wholesaling. So if anybody has any interest in rentals, buy and hold, we'll put our telephone number in the chat.
Yeah, and I think 3 of them are in 63115 zip code, and the other is in 63113.
Okay, so it's 4 duplexes. Did I hear that right? 4
Yes.
duplexes total. Okay. Okay, wow, that'd be a good portfolio to get started off with. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that on at least a couple that I was trying to figure, what your profit per door would be. It's about 300 per door on the ones that are rented from the information we have.
Are these cash sales, or what are you looking to do? And do you have
Cash
any kind of
sales,
price
yes.
ranges? Are they package deals? Are they all individual, or what do you have there?
They can be sold as a package, but individually is fine. Also, the St. Louis Avenue property only has 1 unit rented out, and it is $28,000. The other 3,
The one on Greer is 55,000, and he's getting $750 a rent per unit.
Okay.
on
Okay.
that. The
So
other
that's-
2 are in the mid to upper 70s. Sorry, I don't have my sheet with me.
I think it was 70, yeah, 70.
Yeah, around 78.
Mhm.
Again, the only thing we don't know, the St. Louis Avenue needs between 20 and 30 rehab. We don't have information, unfortunately, on the other 3. The one on Greer looks like it was very recently
Yeah, it
rehabbed.
looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Okay. Okay, you want to
And
put,
the others are with 76 to 78,000, and the one is getting $950 a rent per door.
okay.
That's selling for 78, let's say.
The
Okay, would you
numbers
like to put your
were-
contact information in there for us, Jeannie?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, great. Yeah, I started out with duplexes, a couple of duplexes, and that was my very first funnel. So, and I had such a positive experience that I'm still doing it. I had such a good experience the first time with my 2 duplexes. I don't know if I'd be here today. On this call, I mean, hopefully I'd be around, but I wouldn't be hobnobbing around with a bunch of other real estate investors. Place to do it. I kind of got hooked in the business with my first deal, and I said, wow, this real estate stuff really works. I just read a book and said, follow the instructions, and it worked. You just got to do it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I read a book, and I've done that too. I bought a lot of books and stuff since then. Hey, this is great stuff. And then I set the book aside and never followed up with doing it. But yeah, if you read the book and do the system, they work. Okay, there. Lynn and Jeannie's got their contact information in there. If you're watching on the televised version or the recorded version, I'll give it to you. Their phone number is 314-260-6676, or you can email through info@ JMCQ homes, HOMES.com. Okay, thank you ladies. Anybody else got anything to offer up today here? Or somebody's working on a project that needs some assistance? I'd say I'm having a pretty good day here today. Here's the second of the month. I've got all my rents in. I went to my box this morning and I collected my last 2 checks. So everything else comes in through electronically. So having a good month so far. Well, so that's especially thanks to John's advice for going to PayPal, collecting rents through PayPal. I get most of mine through PayPal now.
Yeah, Lord, PayPal is so easy. I love it.
Mm-hmm. It is. You just got to teach your tenants you can't use a credit card. You got to go to the friends and family, not
Right.
because I've had more than one do that. No, I can use my credit card. And, no.
Hey, Lloyd, have you ever, so I've heard, I guess, a different perspective on having your tenants pay through like Cash App or PayPal or anything like that. So the different perspective was if you're trying to like get a loan and you're showing your rental history, trying to leverage, your current property to buy something else, that is not necessarily the best way to do it. I don't know. So have you ever experienced going to a bank and saying, hey, here's my rental history, but it's through, an electronic form other than like a Buildium or I can't remember some of the other rental payment systems, but has anyone, I guess, heard or had any issues with that?
I personally haven't. My bank updates, they want I do business with New Frontier primarily, and they want an update, I think it's almost annually or biannually, financial statement, and I just send them a copy of my rent rolls on just to scan my manual rent rolls, and then I've never had any problem with that. Or I could, I could actually print out my bank statements for the last 3 months and show PayPal, payment through PayPal. They show up on my bank statements. And I had to do like 3 months. The last refinance I did, they wanted to see 3 months worth of bank statements. So I just got the PDF files and mailed them to them, or just emailed them in.
They do not offer a friends and family, but one thing I do want to say about friends and family, be very cautious about that, because if PayPal knows you're doing business and you transact business that way, they will shut you down completely. And I know people that's happened to. So you don't want to be the one to initiate saying, send me friends and family. Now, if the people do that, because I've had people make me their friends over the years, that's why they considered me. So that's just a caution with PayPal, because they will shut your business down and you cannot reestablish that.
Okay.
So,
I was wondering if they were going to be citing rules.
well, just be careful if you say that, because that's the danger right there. I know people it's happened to, and it's not a big deal. I've had a lot of my clients do that. I call them clients. They're just customers, whatever, people buying stuff from me. And as long as they initiate it, I just let it go and don't say nothing. But I have a deal, right? Or I have people, contractors I pay through that too. And they're not my friends and not my family. So I don't do that. I just want to just be sure, be careful about that.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, Square is a good one too, because some people don't like PayPal. They don't want PayPal. The fees are about the same. It's like 3.2% or whatever it is. Square, though, will let you do it any different way. I like Square a lot better actually than PayPal. And mainly because of what they've done the last few months or 6-8 months, whatever, because PayPal's gotten what they say. I spent a lot of time on the phone. They say because of all the fraud and everything going on, which it probably is, but I've had contractors not get paid for several days. And if, you know, as you probably know, your contractors need to get paid immediately, you know, at least to keep them going and keep them in good faith and everything, because a lot of times they have people to pay too. And a lot of these guys work, you know, work week to week, you know, they need their money now. So I've just had some issues with them, and I've spent several hours on the phone with PayPal. It's been kind of ridiculous, actually. But but it's still, you know, I've used them since actually I'm in my, what is it, 24th year, almost 25 years now with PayPal, because I've used them from around the world selling properties on eBay where I started back in the 90s, and never had a problem. That was always a good one. Yeah, Zelle, Ann mentioned Zelle. That's another good one. Pop Money is another one I collect money with. There's a guy that initiated that. What I do is anytime somebody brings me, says, well, do you accept this? I always say, yeah, of course I do. And then I figure out how to accept it, because there's other things I just don't know them all, and that's okay. And if that's what they use, I'll figure out how to do it. Some of them, Zelle and their Pop Money was one that took me a while to figure that one out. It took me several days, but it doesn't make any difference. Once you're set up, you got it, you know, and I'll take money any way you give it to me. I don't care if it comes in a shoebox, you know?
Yeah, I haven't had any problems with PayPal, you know, in that part of it, but it's great just to be aware of it. So thank you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and are the Square and Zelle and Pop Money, they use about the same percentage, 2 or 3%?
It's like 3.2%, I believe is what it was. It's all right it's all right about the same, you know, and it really doesn't matter. Once you get set up, you're good, you know?
But why is there a percentage? Because if it's through family and friends, what is the percentage?
There
for?
is no percentage through family
There
and friends. That's what we were kind of talking about.
That's
Just be careful you don't initiate it if it's for a business transaction. If they do it, it's okay.
Oh, okay. And the other reason I asked is on Cash App had told me something the other day, because that's usually where I get my funds through, or Zelle. The Cash App said, hey, do you want to set this account up, which is my business one, as a business? And I started looking into it, and again, it was 2.something% to receive money. I said, no, not doing that. So
Well, they do a good job of keeping track for you, though. You were asking about what to use for the bank. You can print that stuff out. I do that I don't print it, but I put it in my file for taxes. Actually, I do print it to get to the accountant. But yeah, at the end of the year, you can go through, because there's stuff that I didn't even remember having in my ledger. I'm pretty good about, you know, entering everything, but there was a couple of them I didn't have. And they do a really good job of keeping track for you.
agreed. Yeah, that's what I've started doing, is printing the statement, the year-end statement, because that's why I have a separate one for my business. Everything there was for a business purpose, you know, moving money, receiving it. So I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, but that 3.2% is quite an increase in rents. For I normally don't even raise my rents 3.2%.
Well, it's kind of like the cost of doing business. The way I look at it is it's like utilities. I just make sure it's all covered, you know, in the monthly amount, whatever, or yearly amount, however they pay. I just make sure that's covered, whatever I have to cover. Because it is the cost of doing business. It's no different than me printing out a receipt and mailing the stuff off and taking my time to do that. Because what's that cost? That's about 3.2% in my my time and my print and my postage and everything I do. So, you know, it's just the way it is. Just include it.
Just have to do it. Yeah, if I have to switch over to one of those in the future, I'll just increase my rent by that to start when I get a new tenant.
Yeah, Stacy's got Venmo, another one. That's another good one too. We use that too. Yeah. Like I said, any way you want to give me money, I'll figure out how to get it. It's all good.
Good. Yeah, I've had some businesses do that. I pull up my American. Not everybody takes American Express, but the eager ones, I pull up my American Express. Say, you take American Express? Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, we take everything. You got money? Well, you want to buy something? We'll do it. I like those kind of businesses. So good way to do business. Okay. Anybody else got anything going on today here?
I wasn't on the meeting last Friday, but I watched the replay. Somebody had asked about a tool library, and I looked up, Googled it, and the closest one I saw was something in Springfield, Missouri. I even called both the libraries, and neither one of them said they have a tool library. So I don't know if anybody else has gotten any information about that since then.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, if you weren't on earlier, but yeah, Laurel, who I think she was one that brought it up last week. She
Okay.
did some research, and she put a link. The very first link in the chat is the one where she found that Berkeley, California.
So I
Yeah, the
got
only-
on late and I didn't hear that, and it's not in the chat for me. So can you repost it?
Right.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't
If you're
see it.
late, you don't get the early chats.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
And
Nope, that's not it. Hang on. I just,
yeah, it's the very first one on
hold
my,
on.
my chat. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how they do these things. Let's see if I didn't mean to put Jim's in there. Let's see.
Yeah, just
No,
copy.
it's not going to let me for some reason. I don't.
Copy and paste it into a new chat.
Yeah, some of the Zooms don't let you do the
Okay.
copies, right? I don't know what the difference is. Let me see if I can figure this out here.
I just put it in there. I thought, oh, no, that's not it. Okay.
I can get it here.
No, that's the Zoom registration.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I don't know why it won't let me do that, but here we go. There it is.
There you got it. Okay. Yeah, Berkeley Public Library.
Yeah, they're the ones she said initiated it, I guess, back, I don't know, a long time ago. And they're connected. They're the ones that kind of set the standard. I don't know. I haven't done any research on it. We'll look it up though and see. But the closest ones in Springfield, I don't know. Sometimes you can talk to the libraries and they'll do stuff just because other places do it.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, we'll put that on the agenda for next board meeting, discuss that. Okay. Anybody else project they're looking for a contractor on?
Or buy and sell. Anybody's got anything they want to sell, anything they want to buy? Since we've got some new people on since we
Yeah.
started.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Ooh, I see. Hey, we got Marlon Clark on here. Hey, Marlon.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Yeah, I think I've talked about you since the last house that I bought. It was from a wholesaler, and Marlon Clark was the guy that bought it on Duchenne here in St. Charles.
Yeah, it sure was. That was a while ago, though. That's the last one you bought?
But I don't buy properties every day, so well, wait, I did buy one since then. I'm sorry. Yeah, I bought one. I did 1031 exchange and was looking for another one. In fact, when I bought yours,
It was a 1031 exchange.
I was doing a 1031 exchange and needed to replace a property, and you had one for me. So,
It was.
you got any thing under assignment right now?
Just a duplex in a Paysdale.
A duplex in Pagedale. Okay.
Yeah, it's rented for $1,200 a month.
Okay. You want to put your contact information in the chat? Let us know.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that the house you sold me was a great little rehab. I some good bones and just needed to be freshened up. And I've got my second tenant in there right now. And so
Yeah, I think that's the only one I sold in St. Charles for a while.
So yeah. If you have any other properties in St. Charles, let me know.
Sure will.
Guy.
I have a question, or I guess a help needed. Can anyone recommend either a mold cleanup crew or a restoration? I looked at a property yesterday that I'm interested in purchasing, but once again, I'm in there's mold in the basement situation. So looking to find somebody to help with that.
Okay, I imagine that there are a lot of them, the ones that are in town are probably pretty busy right now after all the cleanup
True.
last month's everybody's flooded basement. You might have to get on a waiting list. But I'm sure there's good companies out here. Anybody know of any? Had somebody do some mold cleanup for them? Nope. Okay. Yeah.
I was going to suggest she could call Melissa. Melissa seems to know everything. Melissa Adney from
Yeah.
One Way Roofing.
One way roof. Yeah.
And her number again is 314-504-1581. But I think, yeah, since we've had the rains for the past 6 weeks, she's been busy as heck with roofing and other stuff. But she might know somebody who does mold stuff. And I don't remember whether it was Amber or Ann said they got a property in Kansas City. I signed up for some Zoom webinar a couple weeks ago through a resource called SCORE Kansas City Chapter 19. And apparently they have resources relative to Kansas City, and that might help the person who owns the property to find, resources that would help them with their property. I don't know if it's just fix up or other things, but they seem to have some information about stuff like that. Yeah, their latest thing is talking about advertising on social media that I got an email 6 hours ago. So I don't know if Ann or Amber, if it was someone else who had property in Kansas City, but might be interested in that.
That would be me. What was the name? SCORE Kansas City?
Let me go back here to my other email. The title, they said it was SCORE, SCORE, Kansas City Chapter 19, and their address, and I think it's more of a, anyway, it said scorevolunteer.org. That's SCORE volunteer.org. And I guess if you can get hold of that organization and tell them things you're looking for, they might be able to tell you some resources. Obviously, it sounds like they're trying to get volunteers to do things to improve the Kansas City area, but I think that included resources like fixing up property and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Unless I misunderstood him. So.
Okay, and I see Jeannie just posted Midwest mold removal.
Amber, yes, Lynn and I had him come out and look at a property we were considering
lost the
buying.
volume somehow.
And he was just very helpful, gave a free estimate of what it would cost to do the work. And we really liked him.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for if I'm going to put an offer in on this house, which I think I am, because it was really nice. But when I went into the basement,
Can't
just to,
hear anybody. Is
look,
it
poke
me or
around.
someone else? Or everybody
Yeah,
else?
Bruce, we can hear you. Yeah, when I went into the basement to look around, it was very interesting because there was like, what are those damp rid things? There was, and I'm not even kidding, 10 of those around the basement. I said, yeah, there's got to be mold, which again is silly because there was not even a dehumidifier. There was no standing water, but there's clearly water getting in somehow, and they were pretty full. So, yeah.
Yeah, this was probably about 1.5 years ago that we contacted him. And at that time, I think Kim, his wife, kind of takes his calls. But yeah, he was very, very helpful, and he got over pretty quickly.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'll give him a call to see if I can get an estimate.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Anybody else got anything for us today?
Hey, I'm Dominica. I had a question that I wanted to ask.
Sure, go ahead.
I got my hands on the property, and I didn't know that it had asbestos. Do any of you guys in the group know any companies that are that that you can recommend for asbestos remediation or removal, however you say it?
Where in with the property was the asbestos? Was it siding on the outside or pipe insulation?
Siding on the outside, and that's going to lead me into my next question. The contractor who I'm working with, he also said that he believes there's asbestos insulation in the house and that it would need to be removed. So yeah, siding, he's having trouble contracting out the siding because getting new siding on because there's asbestos siding. And after talking to him, there may be asbestos insulation. Is that possible? Have you ever ran into that?
Oh, it's been used for insulation in the past. I'm not sure. I don't thought it was mostly in industrial applications, but
Okay.
I was old enough. It could have most of the residential stuff that is around today is asbestos siding. And I would think most of the siding contractors, there's enough of that around that they should be, if they've been in business for a while and want to stay in business, they're probably have a crew that's qualified for asbestos removal.
That was my thought too. And also, I think you can also go over it if the asbestos, if the siding's been undisturbed. So
But you want to remove it. What's the reason they told you for any of that?
yeah, I don't want to remove it.
Yeah, because you really don't have to worry about it if you cover it up most of the time. I mean, they should.
Okay.
If you remove it, it's a whole different story.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be a concern because just about all the old siding is asbestos.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was a new surprise to me. And I'll go in, I have to meet up with him, but I was talking and he says that there may be, asbestos insulation.
Yeah. Well, there probably is, but I just wonder why you'd want to even be concerned with it unless you're going to remove it, because that's when it puts dust in the air.
That's the only problem we got. Problem. Yeah, and this siding is really broken up and had a lot of missing pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really. I'm with John that you really don't need to remove it as long as you cover it up with a good vinyl siding.
We had somebody a few years ago talk about that. That's what they did. It was a remedial. I'm trying to think who it was. I don't know because it's been several years.
Oh, yeah.
The main concern, what I remembered out of that is unless you just have to remove it, there's really no concern because most people side over it. Are they even painted still? There's places in in Florissant, even that, in Hazelwood that was built back in, I don't know, 50s, 60s, that's exactly what it is. And they just paint them, unless it's
this house was built in 49.
Yeah.
Okay. And also my contractor is moving slowly. Do you guys have any recommendations for general contractors? Do you have any go-tos that you recommend for people who are new and acquiring property? I wanted to flip this house, but with the little surprises that are coming up, it may end up being a rental.
Okay. And what area is this? You're looking
it's in North County and Jennings.
Okay, Jennings. Okay. Okay. Anybody got a recommendation for a general contractor that works in North County?
Hello, this is Lloyd.
Or Dominica?
General contractor, not really.
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you guys. All right. Well, I just wanted to ask. Thank you.
But no, yeah, come on regularly. We do occasionally,
If you got something specific, that would be probably a good question to bring here. If you got something that you're really just looking for, a general contractor, that kind of throws it out there. And,
most of us act as our own general contractors when we need something done.
That was a question I have. What does she need specifically done? I got a few people that can do some things, but I generally go with somebody specific for those particular, like flooring or heating and cooling or painting or whatever it may be. It's more so specific.
Okay. All right. I'll get a list then and come back to the next one. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so anybody else got anything? Want to talk about today? Well, if not, I don't know, it's 11:35. Guess we could wrap it up and go to early lunch today if you want. Nobody has anything else? Had some good input here today, though. So good discussions. And hey, you got a couple properties that hey, if you're looking for a project or trying to acquire some rentals, sounds like you got some good deals on duplexes here. Good opportunities. So take advantage of them. At least go take a look. Like I said, I looked at one of Paul's. I drove up to both of Paul's properties because they were both in the same neighborhood. But I was mostly interested in the one on the corner lot, but it was not quite big enough lot for my needs. Well, I like to have at least a half an acre. Yeah, it's kind of what I've been.
100 foot by 100 foot or so.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out. You never know.
Sure. Yeah, I'm always looking for St. Charles, preferably, or in across the river, Maryland Heights. I haven't looked in St. Anne, Maryland Heights, Bridgeton, a couple areas I've looked at in the St. Louis County. It'd be close to a bridge that I can pop across. So don't want to go too far. When I was talking with Paul about that, he said, "Hey, he's got a hangar over in Sauget. He could probably put my my RV in." I said, "No, that's a little far, well, way farther than I want to drive." Anyway, hey, now, thanks for all for coming on today, and thank you, John, for setting up this our Zoom session. So, if nobody's got anything else, Kathy Davis will be with us next Friday at 11 o'clock on the 9th, September 9th. So come on back then, or can't make it then. We'll hope to see you on the 20th at the Shriner Center when we meet live for live and in person on location. So, okay, if you don't, John, I'm gonna sign off for today.
All right. Yeah, I don't really have anything. Thanks for coming on, everybody. If anybody else
thanks
has
for coming
anything, we're here. Otherwise, we'll see you next week, I guess.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend.
Have a good one.